question isn't who's going to let me, it's who's going to stop me. Ayn Rand. What's good? What up? What's up, everybody? I'm Trey G. Riley, for those who don't know. And just to be short, sweet, and to the point, I'm really am sick and tired of what I'm doing right now, and I just really want to make my dreams come true. I really want this to make it a reality. And so the intent of this documentary, the intent of this journey is to literally show you the highs and lows of what I am going through right now. So throughout this journey, I've captured my time doing what I can to make this happen. And I also have my notes with me just so I can just guide you guys in the right direction of what you guys are seeing. So when you see me, I'm pretty much narrating what you're going to be seeing throughout the journey to fill in the gap and to provide some context to what's being seen, okay? So before we actually jump into this, let me explain why I'm making this big pivot, okay? So real talk, for the past 5 years, I've been literally trying to balance my full-time career as a military officer while balancing my full-time career as an actor. So I started in California. I thought I was doing pretty good. I actually got some awards out there. So I actually thought, okay, this is like a really good balance right now. But then being in the military, as you progress in your career, especially as an officer, you take a lot more responsibilities that pivots you away from your normal everyday life. Now, there's always some form of balance to always have in your life. Let's not get it twisted. And I am not here to downplay the military at all. I'm not here to downplay nothing like that. But I'm just giving you my perspective of what I'm trying to do with my career. You know what I'm saying? I'm just losing sight of my dreams. I'm always hearing these types of avenues of where I can go and where my life can take me. But to be real with y'all, man, I was just scared to make the jump. I was so scared to be like, no, this is some good money right now. I'm trying to build my finances up, my lifestyle up. So I created this lifestyle, or this journey per se, to say that yes, I could do 100% acting and 100% active duty officer in aircraft maintenance. Now that I'm saying that out loud, it's not ridiculous. It's just, are you sure you know what you're getting yourself into? So now, as a first year captain, about to start my second year at the time of recording this video, I need to stop playing with myself and stop playing around with the mentors I do have, and let's be serious about what I need to do. So again, I'm leaving active duty so I can be present for my dreams, for my happiness. Without further ado, let's begin. So I'm just waking up. So today's the day that I am actually going to be going to New York and pretty much looking for a representation as a professional actor. Like, what is this? May 12th? Yeah, May 12th is now the day. Like, I'm like, all right, we're going out there. I'm going to like finally like do what I always want to do, like full term. So right now, what I'm about to do is clean up my website a bit. The website just dropped. Like, I haven't made a full blown announcement yet, but I just slowly like put it on Instagram for a moment. But yeah, I'm gonna clean up the website. I'm gonna email a couple of potential clients that I've raked up so far, and then we're gonna go to the library, print out the resume, and let's see if we can get some representation from major casting agencies. So I'm excited. I am tired, but I'm so excited because look, at the end of the day, this industry is so volatile, not as strict as a corporation that anything can just happen like that, and you just gotta be ready for it. So focusing on the business first, make sure I can like start getting bookings, and then we're gonna go to the library and shit. We're gonna make dreams happen. We're gonna make dreams happen. So part of this journey that I'm taking is creating a new concept of my own that's gonna help me like see milestones towards my goal of being a successful actor in LA. And part of my my energy, my vision is to use the theory of inverting your pyramid. So I'm not going to explain it here what that is yet. Again, this is the working concept. Part of my inverted pyramid of success is to find a mentor. And this particular mentor is not for the acting industry. I need a mentor that's going to guide me through the ruggedness of life right now. And what I mean by that is like this guy that I'm about to talk about is in the trenches. Like he's seen it all. He's done it all. He's still doing it right now. His name is Daryl Bennett.
That's what I'm talking about.
I'm a little,
it's time.
Yeah.
Come back swinging.
Come back swinging. I'm a little nervous though because it's like, okay, it's a real people, real agencies, and I really do not much screw this up. I really don't. But like I've already made up preparations, got everything set up. God's been watching out for us for a while, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm just taking. I'm giving it all to God. Like this is the point in my life where I'm like, okay, I'm fully listening to you, going all out. So this is gonna be nothing.
Alright, so I got a few tips for you. So let me ask you this real quick.
Yeah.
Intention. What's your intention?
My intention here is to come out with a W. Like I want.
What's that mean?
So I get cast in an agency.
Okay, do you have that written down somewhere?
No, I don't.
Can you write it for me?
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit right because if you have your intention really clear in your head and you write it down, I think that's part of the first step.
Okay.
So it's not just you just going in here. Well, how many other people gonna be in here?
I have no idea. No idea.
Let's estimate. What do you think?
10 people.
All right.
Yeah.
Of the 10, how many of them do you think have a clear intention of what they want?
4.
How many of them will have a rating?
9.
You feel me?
Yeah.
I mean, really, I'm not being.
No, I'm serious.
Because at the moment of commitment, the universe conspires for your success. One of the things I wanted to pick up for you is a composition book. Do you have one?
No,
we're gonna do that before the end of the day.
He's what I consider an older brother that I need in my life right now. And he came into my life at just the right time. I'm telling you, like, you know when like God or whoever you believe up there has just ordained someone or something to happen right when you least expect it. That's what it was with this guy.
So this is from 3 to 4, right?
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Let's go. Okay.
Did you pray? That's the question.
Oh yes, yeah. Oh come on, bro.
All right.
Yo, we can't just do this without being prayer.
All right.
He is actually one of the reasons why I'm reading his book.
I'm gonna give you 3 things. Are you ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay. The first is quotes on how to come back swinging. I want you to get this. Let me sign this for you.
All right.
This is my most recent book. And what it is it's not a normal book. It's not like memoirs. That's come back swinging in general. This is quotes. These are some of my favorite quotes and sayings that got me through some of the darkest times of my life. So I want you to have that because what you are about to embark on is a journey, you know? And I want you to feel comfortable and confident to know, I really should have had my Sharpie, but I want you to be confident to know that the words of life will see you through, you know? Yeah. So that's the first thing I want you to have. Okay.
He actually helped me, reflect on my journeys, in which I'm using right now. And as a matter of fact, he actually gifted me mustard seeds.
This is the most important thing. Now, Jesus said, remember what I said is what Jesus said, that if you have the faith, have you ever seen a mustard seed?
Yes.
That if you have the faith of a mustard seed, I was going to do this before we went in, you can move mountains. This is a mustard seed. Just that small seed. That's all you need.
Yeah.
And so I carry these around in remembrance. And I'm giving these to you.
Yeah.
This is a whole bag just for you, right? So I want you to keep in mind that sometimes I'll just have them and I'll just have them in my pocket. Sometimes I have them in my bag.
Yeah.
Just as small as that is, if you can keep that faith, where you want to go, you're going to get to.
I've seen mustard seeds before, but dang, I ain't never seen a whole bag of mustard seeds before in my life. Not like this. No. But the reason why he gave me this is because it's just a way of acknowledging yourself that whatever you're trying to do in life, it just takes one simple step. It just takes the faith of a mustard seed. to get things going. And check off the list, I found a mentor. And so he's pretty much helping me, be my guy from just a man's perspective, a black man's perspective, on how I could be successful getting away from the military world to the civilian world.
It's a lot, man. It's like so uncertain. Even what we're going through right now is like this is not even guaranteed.
Of course.
It's just
That's what faith is. People always think about it in this religious context, but it's not. It's really the belief in something beyond where you are. That's what you're doing. Even though you don't see how. It's almost like the guy on X-Men. He's walking across and the bridge is being laid as he's walking across the bridge. That's what we're doing here. And most people, they'll stand and they wait for the bridge to be made, but they won't walk. The bridge doesn't begin to be made until you start walking. Dr. King said it best in this in here.
Yeah.
You don't have to see the whole staircase. Take the first step of faith. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I want you to hold on to these things, because this is going to be your journey, at least.
Yeah.
You would be equipped during this point.
Yeah, because I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to act like this is not going to be a positive movement every single day. Like, even in the moments I'm going through right now. So it's like to get this, I haven't had anything like this, I'll tell you.
That's right.
Yes. Sweet.
All right, so W Talent Agency. This is the first talent agency I've auditioned to of the year. And there's going to be plenty more where that came from. I'm telling you that right here, making that into existence. So with this industry, it was actually different than what I expected. Everything was happening like kind of fast, but I was already prepared for this because I've seen this before. I've been through agencies like this in the past, even in college. So this didn't really affect me that much. To me, when I walked in, that was weird. When I walked into that studio, which was in a WeWorks area, which didn't look that bad, to be honest with you, I felt comfortable. I really felt comfortable. When I walked in there, I already knew what my intent was at the time. Like, hey, I'm trying to get cast as one of your talents so I can see myself in Netflix or all these other companies. Like, that was my goal, to get in print, modeling, and acting. Let's do it, right? So I walked in there. I already understood my assignment. I already understood my assignment as getting my monologue right, getting my resume right, all that. So what is going on right now? So at this point, we are just pretty much filling out the application. Everyone else is filling out the application, getting familiar with everybody. And then they were taking us in certain rooms. And each room has someone to introduce yourself, give you the concept of what the agency is all about. Out of respect for the agency, I'm not going to go in too much detail, but I am going to show you what I experienced per se. So again, not trying to hide anything too much, but again, respect out of the agency, right? So, I went in there, introduced everybody. To me, I felt confident. I felt like I owned that shit. I felt like I owned the area. I felt like I owned the room, and I did. I can honestly say that. Each room I went into, they asked me to say my monologue. And I said it, I'm like that. Because that's what I was taught. That's how I was learned. That's how I learned, So that was all squared away. Networking with people, too easy. Cool, got it. The thing that distraught me was this.
Okay. Whoa. So here's my concern.
Okay.
Obviously, payments here. The way I've learned is that we as actors, we don't pay anything up front. That's what I'm used to. Now, obviously, this is a more reputable agency, so things are different. Now, am I willing to drop this? Yes, to an extent. Only because of the investment return.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, if you have seen the prices on those companies they work with, at minimum 4 digits.
Okay.
But that's not worried about right now. I'm worried about the legitimacy of this. My question is like, is it worth this type of payment up front right here, right now.
And you have to do the photo shoot? I understood
I don't-
these. I didn't understand this and this. I understand
like
this
the only thing-
for sure. I don't understand.
The only two fees that make sense to me is the comp cards and the website fee, because obviously the website is where you have
Yeah.
access to the jobs, you can
Yeah.
apply
Yeah.
and you know get that exposure.
Right.
The photo shoot, you already just took updated headshots. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
why
exactly.
would you now have to pay these photographers that they outsourced?
Yeah, and then and even the comp. Well, I get the comp cards, the concept, but I don't understand what getting them from here.
Yeah.
Because I do get this. I mean, because this is lead generation.
Yeah.
It makes sense. Basically, they're saying, and I guess if you look at it, all this lead generation. I mean, if they're able to, which they can, guarantee some level of job, even that makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I see how they make their money.
Yeah.
You make your money by front loading.
If I understood correctly, you should not have to pay a dime to be in an agency. That's what I was taught. Now I'm starting to learn that things change, especially with, you know, Miss Rona 19 come into play. At first, I was a little bit upset about the price, the upfront cost to get things started. That kind of ticked not only myself but my team that came with me. It didn't rub them the right way.
Because what's 20% of zero?
Right.
You feel me?
Right, exactly.
So I think my only question, obviously you have to go with what you have to go. My only question would be this one. And I guess it would be,
Yeah.
if this was a commensurate price, yeah, I mean, the photo, and I mean,
And that, like, how many outfits do I wear, location, all that, you know?
I'm sorry.
Also, don't like, I've had similar situations with companies like this when I wanted to be a model, and the same thing, like, oh, you have to pay for the photo shoot, then you get the films and all this stuff. They make a little catalog, and that's what we used to pitch for jobs. And so, yeah, we paid the money.
And then
Nothing
what?
came of it.
And that's what,
So my thing is, no, why don't you book me for a job, and then you could take off
Yes.
the money.
and that's the other side of looking, because it's easy to say, and I like how she said, I like how she did it. She has a great personality. She's like, well, we don't take off the baggage. But I would rather, right, because the other way of looking at it is to say, we're not charging you this. We're so confident we're going to get back,
Yeah.
then we're going to book you for the first two, but the first two jobs, we're cutting this out,
Yeah,
right?
that's the
Then
case.
that's it.
Right, right.
So I don't like
You already
this.
have my confidence. You
Yeah.
show me you have the
There you
connections, you
go.
could book me.
We're both
Take it out.
kind of in it. So I think my question would be, if this is and that would be other questions. Oh, it's annual. Okay, Jesus.
So yes, they had a contract, but there were certain elements to the contract that did have a little bit of red flags to it, like the compensation of the return of investment of what they were going to make off of each gig that they receive of me, how many gigs that they were going to give out per month, or auditions, I should say, per month. And I was like, I really want to be able to get things like constantly. But from the agency perspective, it's like, hey, you got to make sure you actually are up to par. You got to make sure you have what it takes for us to even give you these opportunities, right? I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. That makes sense, right? Cool.
So, and that's another thing. So you get compensated for jobs after they receive payment from the client. So what if they don't receive payment from the client? W Talent is not responsible for clients who default on payment. You know, it's not responsible. So it's basically, and that's why they're so close. So basically, okay, yeah, you're on a job, everything's done. You get paid after they get paid, if that makes sense. And if they don't get paid, you don't get paid.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just kind of looking at some of the things, conversation we rendered.
The process was interesting. The process, it didn't seem like very like in order per se, but I definitely had a full understanding of who was what, who was like the operations officer, who was the person that was just bringing people in, who was, the good cop, the bad cop. You got them all. One thing I didn't really like was how quick they want your money and the deadline in which they needed it, like sooner rather than later.
Two is the importance of bringing a team with you.
Yeah.
You know, because if
A lot of information that they throw at you at once, so you could be overwhelmed. Not taking
yeah,
notes.
and not even just that, because it changes the power differential.
Right.
Because she was annoyed by the questions.
Oh,
She
yeah.
had to
Oh, yeah.
Her thing was more or less like, "How dare you ask me questions?" But it's like,
No.
she's like, "You've been doing it for 35 years. I'm keeping been doing it for 350 years."
Right.
It don't have nothing to do with nothing. We're asking you about if this man is paying $1,000, what does he get from that?
This is my first shopping for agencies, period, of the year. So I'm not going to just pick the first thing that comes to mind because, again, I don't want this to be a scam. And that was the sole reason why I'm like, nah. I ultimately chose not to be a part of this agency, at least not this year. Let me continue shopping around. And then if I find in my heart through my journey that, okay, this is what the industry takes, then, okay, I'll come back with the next time the season's open for you. And I will definitely audition again and walk the dog like everyone else.
Yeah, so I know she was annoyed. She lucky that it wasn't me because the minute she caught that attitude talking about, I'm sorry, he's not a supermodel. And you want somebody to
yeah.
with you?
But that's
I
what
was about to tango with her and say, that's funny because last time I checked, I thought Tay Diggs and Morris Chestnut were supermodels.
I didn't want to.
They're not female, right?
But no.
But I was like, let me
I'm glad you didn't get it.
Let me.
So I was, hold on.
Yeah, let's go to Chipotle or something. Yeah.
She said that.
Yeah.
I literally. So even before she said that, notice how I was like, because when she first said something about supermodel, I was thinking in my mind, what makes a supermodel? Because if you notice, she said supermodel, she's about to have a guy Faison.
Yeah, she even said
She said that with me.
Yes.
So then she was like, he's not a supermodel. But she noticed, because my thing is like, business-wise, yes, certain people do make investments. Or they do make investments in certain people. And that's what I got her to admit.
Yeah.
And that's what she's like, well, if he had this long history, and he was a woman, yeah, but that's the point. And the point is, he's not just going to give you money. And let me tell you another thing that I didn't like. So this I definitely want to point out.
Yeah.
We're making all of the final decisions by noon. What final decisions?
Right.
So this is my question. If you were to pay $1,000 at 1 p.m., they're going to say no?
So I get the reasons why they're charging that upfront. How are they going to share yourself? How are they going to share you, promote you to these big name companies that are guaranteed success rates for your brand if they don't have anything to show for it? Now, I do have like a backstage, I have an IMDb, I have my own website. Like, I am coming to you guys prepared from my point of view. I even have a resume and I've been performing in consistent principal roles. But at the end of the day, it's like there's a certain standards to their relationship. And I gotta understand that although I may not have a full relationship with the industries that they know, they have that relationship. They have that standard. So I had to be more aware, but I didn't want to be so naive about it either. So although they were providing that pressure, I know they were providing like, hey, we hear you, we see you got the pride and confidence, but artists, because they see that pride and that confidence in you, don't let that blind you of the business. We can't let the business distract us from our arts. No, sorry. We can't let the passion of the arts distract us of the business that needs to take care of our brand. Although they're a great representation of you, we can't deny the fact that, hey, you still got to focus on yourself, king. Got to focus on yourself, queen. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. No, I did not accept the role of joining their agency. Because, again, I wanted to see what the next one has in store and compare them to other agencies. And we'll see how it goes.
I liked Kate. I was down with Kate. I felt like each person we went to became more and more sort of what I had expected from the beginning, which was just treating you like, you know, you're like, this is your final hope.
Yeah.
So Kate I liked, and then we went to Anthony. I liked Anthony too. And his thing was more of like, you could tell he was more into like, okay, how long you been doing it, and who are these people and all that.
Yeah.
But then when you get to Carolyn, who's running it, she's a business lady. That's why she kind of bugged me, because I'm thinking business. You talking all this other crazy stuff, and I didn't like the fact that one, she felt almost annoyed that you had questions.
Yeah.
And my thinking is, because this is the thing, this is the person that now is supposedly in your corner to push you for things.
Yeah.
I mean, anybody will take your $1,000. So to talk about, well, we need to make it, that's not the point. The point isn't to try to get you $1,000. The point is for her to feel like it's an investment. So she kept saying, well, no free ride. But where's her investment?
Yeah.
Where's her investment? Because they're getting an upsell on everything. I guarantee you, whatever photographer, and I will say I like pictures. I love pictures they show were nice. I feel better on them.
Yeah.
But whatever that photographer is giving, I guarantee they get an upsell.
Yeah.
So whether you get any booking or not, every person that walks in there, they make their money just by the people that walk in. Right?
Yeah.
So once you get your money,
It's fair game.
and well, it's not just a fair game. At that point, there's no commitment from them to do anything. And notice she never said that there was any commitment beyond putting you on a website.
Yeah. They can't guarantee.
Well, and that's what the lady was saying. She paid $200. The young girl said she paid $200 to get on the website.
Yeah.
Heck, I was thinking in the back of my mind. I mean, I wouldn't do it for you. I'm thinking in the back of my mind. Let me start a website. You want to be on a website? I'll do it. Really, the fact that you have a website that somebody is paying to build, that don't mean a hell of beans.
Yeah.
So the other question which you asked me is, how often or when do they get paid? She said, well, and I think she misunderstood the question. I think she thought the question was, how long after you get your first booking will you get paid? Not how long after you actually come in will you get booked.
Yeah.
Because notice she's like, oh, well, 30 to 90 days.
She didn't even answer,
But
yeah.
payroll will get it quicker. She was not answering about you necessarily getting booked. It was all about, well, when you get paid, this is the timeline until it actually clears in your account.
Yeah.
So I think what my thing is, and I get it, this is the irony of it. The person that wouldn't have to pay, the woman supermodel like she's saying, it's not about the money so much. It's the fact that the irony is they wouldn't have to pay and there would be more of an investment from her. I didn't get any investment on their part.
Yeah.
I didn't get from them that, you know what, you're going to pay this $1,000, or we're going to do this, and this.
Yeah.
I liked it when Kate was like, have you thought about commercial print? Have you thought of it? Notice it was no development.
And
on her.
right away with the SAG actor, he's not gonna be a SAG actor.
That's what.
So I'm sorry, the disrespect. I ain't
wasn't-
working with you because I don't feel like you have my best
There
interest.
you go.
You're
So
not
it was
listening.
it was no point where she was like, you know, I think you can do this. It was all about pretty much. We're making decisions about tomorrow at noon, and I wanted to say this only because I wanted to say when she said that. So if he doesn't do it by noon, y'all won't take his money. That's what I wanted to say. But I knew I didn't want to mess up the relationship because it's like, you just create these false deadlines that don't need to be there.
Yeah.
Because the truth of the matter is, if you really want to create a false deadline, make it, you know what, Monday, we give you a couple days to think about it. We need tonight. So I didn't like it. I don't feel like they're investing in it.
Yeah. No, I get that.
I think that's why they survived the pandemic. 2, you're working through a WeWork space. You don't even have your own talent agency at the store.
I will tell you why they made it through. Kate is amazing. Kate's a saleswoman. And I say that with respect.
She should be the president.
She should. Because let me tell you something. Someone like Kate, I would feel more comfortable giving $1,000 to.
True.
I feel like if we had met with Kelly from that first one, that would have been a quicker meeting.
Yeah.
It would have been a quicker meeting.
Yeah.
Because her thing was pretty much like, you're not going to do this, you're not going to do in 2 years you'll be the same. We'll talk about that. Well, so we want to talk about it now.
Yeah.
So I just didn't like I've been doing it for 35 years. What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, that was just like a cop out.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like, people say this as if this means somehow you throw out a number. Okay, well, maybe you've been wrong for 30
I was really about to say that,
I wouldn't
yeah,
say I never heard of you. Who have you worked with that we know that you create? You know what I'm saying?
And that's actually what I plan on doing. I wrote Faizan G. I wrote the name of the website. I plan to look him up on Instagram, message him or call him.
Let's do that.
Ask him his firsthand experience.
That's what we
Or
record.
did you just pull some
Yes.
random person's they already recorded Trey. So does that mean somebody else will go to that agency?
That's a good
You're
point.
going to use that
You're
and be
gonna
like,
use
look
that.
at this guy.
And I wonder, that is a good point. So let's take Faizan, the supermodel.
Yeah.
She called him a supermodel.
Yeah, right.
How did they help push this out? And that'll be my question for him. We saw you got some nice stuff that you're doing. How much did they put in to help you get there?
Yeah.
Or is it just that they listed you there? And if that's the case, I mean, I'm not saying that it's a no still, but just know that it's.
No, I would feel more comfortable if I had other agencies doing their own thing. Because if it's like all the agencies are saying this concept, okay, that's one thing. But this is just one avenue. And then you already got someone that has already done it.
Oh,
It's totally different.
That would change my whole perspective. If I hear from him, talking to him firsthand, what was like working for them. Also, when the girl kept asking you, did you read the reviews? Most of the people that put 5-star reviews
was only one review under their account.
Damn.
Not like people like me who
Yeah.
sent 2,000 something reviews on different companies.
Yeah.
So you gotta, yeah, I mean, look, I see how they made it. From a business perspective, I think they have a great business model.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for real.
How well it's helping the people that they are serving, that I don't know. I hate to say it because I think Anthony, I liked Anthony and I liked Kate, you know,
Yeah.
but I just thought when it kind of, yeah, so but I'll be interested to see what he says.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I would still shop around. Again, the final decision is up to Trey. But I just feel like they're going to take your money, and since you already have this, you're not going to do this, you're not going to make this.
Yeah, I didn't
What
like that.
exactly are you doing for me? You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
why am I even here?
So,
And let me say this, because I know I got to leave at 4:30 minutes meeting. Let me
Yeah.
a couple things that I want to, let's capture this, because there's a couple things that I saw that I want to work with you.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that I want us to caution about. So I want you to get a conversation book so you can write some things.
Okay.
I did not particularly like how you introduced yourself. You undersold yourself.
Yeah.
You didn't even mention that you're an officer. You're a leader. You said I'm in active duty in the military. We gotta work on who you are.
Okay.
There's so much about you, and this can be a 15-second, 20-second thing.
Yeah.
But I think there's a way. It's the first thing out of your mouth that I want to work with you on how you present yourself, so that way they know this is not the average 28, 27-year-old, 29 that's running in the building just trying to get a job out of New York. You are an officer and you are a leader in the most recognized organization in the world, and that is the United States government. That's what you are. And so you have leadership skills, you have production value, you have this ability to act, talent, all of these things. I don't want you to just walk in there and say, I'm on active duty.
Fair enough.
Because notice, when we walked with Anthony, he kept looking and saying, look, like, what does that have to do with it? But he knew to be a little bit more serious. I want him to know from the moment he see you, this is not just talent. This is someone who has a vision, a dream, and you are a leader.
Yeah.
Right? So I want to work with you on that.
Okay.
One of the things, too, that I took notes on, you said, okay, so we talked about, should I pay the pay? So the better introduction, you know. I also took notes on, I noticed how she said you should have, I like this, a soap opera, a drama, and a comedy, like headshot.
Yeah.
So I do think there's some value to us, maybe like, let's look at your portfolio, let's see the different ways, because I think what I heard both of them saying is versatile.
Yep.
There's other parts that I think that they should see. So let's work on your introduction. Let's look at what's being presented. And let's evaluate, I would say maybe at least one other agency before you make a decision.
You know, I'm actually so glad you brought that up because this Saturday I got hit up for an audition for an agency. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's right here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, so I'm so glad the timing is so pretty perfect.
We got the acting bug now.
Yeah. Okay, so they pull up the text. That's what he sent it to me.
And this is what I want you to have a conversation with. I want you writing out this journey. This is your first big, you have to, I would really have you go home and reflect this. Really, I want you to, this is a journey, so what you'll find is to get through, you're going to have to go back to moments, because I do this all the time, and look back at, how did I feel on that day? What was that? You feel me?
Yeah.
So I want us to start dialogue.
Okay, no, for real. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
So this company, Famous Talent, he texted me directly.
Okay.
He got the review, and so he said he wants to meet this Saturday. Yeah, this Saturday, 12 p.m.
Let's do here in New York.
Here in New York.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
definitely don't want to make a decision here.
No.
Who is Famous Talent? Let's talk about it. Who is that? Is that another agency?
That's another talent agency. Yeah, for modeling and acting.
Could you pull them up?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
And where are they in the city?
They think in a similar location. We're about to look it up for accuracy. Famous Talent. Okay. Development. Music website.
Okay. Nice pictures.
Yeah.
All right.
I think this is their portfolio up here what they currently have right now. So let's go up to see.
I like the pictures just by the way.
Yeah. So what do we
we do. So, unique, one of a kind.
Okay.
So mainly do models.
Okay.
Yeah. 50 years of business.
Okay, so we got 50.
Yeah, right.
So
no 35.
Kelly said, that's my thing about throwing out numbers. So then we got 50.
Yeah.
Development management. Okay.
Yeah.
And so he wants to meet with you to what? Same thing?
Do the same
Scout
thing.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So let me know the time. Well, you said it already. 12:30? All right, let's.
Yeah. I'll put it in the calendar and send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, but from now to then, we're going to do more research on them and see, okay, what can come to the table. The question that we asked here, we're going to refine it. And then also, in the meantime, I'm going to try, okay, my different introduction.
Yeah, so this is what I want to do.
Okay.
For Saturday.
Yeah, yeah.
Please get the composition.
Yeah, okay.
Can you reflect? Just take a little bit of time tonight or tomorrow
Yeah.
to just put a few thoughts about what you felt about today. It's good that you document it. The phone is nice, but I want you to write it in your thoughts. How you felt about what happened there. First sense impression. Because this is going to be important when you now compare with other agencies.
Yeah,
right?
for real.
The next thing then, I want you to write in there. So this is what I want you to practice. And we'll work on this more when I see you next. When they say, who are you? How do you say that in 30 seconds? I want you to work on it. I think if you just start intentionally, you don't have to come do it now.
Yeah, yeah.
But start thinking that intentionally so it's not just you're just saying it on the fly.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm Trey, and I am.
Yeah.
I can tell you for sure one thing that needs to be in there, you are a leader, you're an officer in the military. Making a transition into full-time arts.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
So,
yeah.
and also somewhere, like the guy said, how long you been acting? So I want you to be able to, instead of just giving a number, even if you did just start, if you're able to answer it, that answers to that thing.
Yeah. I get that. That makes sense.
So
Yeah.
even if it's, I give you what we always learn in politics, don't answer the question that was asked, answer the question which was asked. So if they say, how long have you been acting, and you know you haven't been acting, I've been in the arts for my whole life. No, I mean, you see what
It's crazy how.
I'm giving
Yeah,
you,
yeah.
I've been in the arts my whole life, and I really started with this journey. So give them some background in arts. So give them something. You see what I mean? But I don't want it to just be, well, I haven't acted or.
Hey, no. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that, but okay, that makes sense. A lot of reflecting, but I definitely want to show a definite change from now to
Yep.
Saturday. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, and I was gonna say watch it, but I guess some of it was important, but some of it wasn't. So just kind of think about that. I really want us to work on that introduction.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll go from there. And I'm interested to see what this guy says, especially since I'm home. I see this guy.
Yeah. We'll do.
All right.
All right, man.
Okay. I'm excited about
Yeah.
this. No, this is neat.
Yeah.
This is exactly.
This is the new lifestyle, man.
That's what I'm talking about.